Welcome to a Thumbnails video review. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
And welcome to another Thumbnails video review. We are taking a look at Studio Series 86, The Transformers, the movie, Ratchet. And first and foremost, we'll take a look at a couple of things. It comes with his instruction booklet. We've seen them. Okay. Now we're going to zoom out and take a look at the box. The box itself is actually pretty nice, although it was mangled on the shelf badly. But I ain't gonna complain. His all mode there. Robot mode, vehicle mode, and there he is all gung-ho. And the bottom, and again the top. So, anyways, as you see, there's the backdrop that was in the box. That is the backdrop of where he was shot. Cool. Anywho, this figure is actually pretty nice. He is chunky, heavy, surprisingly a little bit more heavier than I expected. Let's take a look at his accessories, although this is how they say to put it on in the directions. I don't like it. I don't like them sticking up. So what I do is I put them so their handles are touching underneath or on the back, like so. This way they're a little bit more elegant and a little bit more out of the way. Looking at his standard pair of exactly the same pew-pews. His head sculpt is rather wonderful. Very expressionate with a nice silver. His blue eyes. It's kind of a blank expression, but it works. He has not really much on the wiggle waggle part. He just due to the fact the way his head is sculpted and shaped on the base. He has back a little bit. If you manipulate that panel, it's in the back of his head. There, the ball joint is on, the stem to the ball joint is on another mechanism, which gives him the ability to look down pretty good. He has 360 on his head. He has outward on the shoulder with some sculpting detail that comes out when you extend his arm. That is full range of the arm. That is actually quite nice. I was not expecting that when I was messing with the figure first out of the box. He has a double mushroom bicep swivel, which is nice. 90 degrees on the elbow. Yes, I'm sorry. He has wrist swivel. And the transformation, I didn't even notice that. Good lord, here we go again with that. Bring out his arms. He has a waist swivel. And this transformation is very interesting because it's got another swivel on the inside just for transform. It'll make sense if you haven't seen this figure. He has an entire flap that comes out to reveal single mushroom thighs or hips, up, back. He has out. He has thigh rotation on double mushroom thighs. A 90-degree bend that you can't see. 90-degree on the knee. He has he has some really cool ankles. You can extend them to give you a little bit more range of motion. So for transformation, he has a lot of movement in those feet. So they're more like normal feet. He has ankle pivot, which you can manipulate the joints to give you a pretty decent range of motion. The bottom of his feet's the back of the vehicle mode. Scuffage is going to happen. Let's actually get into some transformation, shall we? So what we're going to do is we're going to open up his chest and bring out this accordion system of stuff and bring out the panel, bring out the side panels here. We're going to leave that for a second. We're going to take his head and shove it right in the cavity. Bring down the back bumper. Disconnect the waist connection. Now you've got a stem here, and you got to clear the wheels, and then bring down this whole bumper. Clear the wheels. That should be enough clearance right there to rotate the whole thing around. We're going to take his arms, leaving them just like this, because you've got a slot here and a tab on this side. So we're just going to bring the shoulders up on this joint, all the way up and all the way up, keeping the armpits closed. And then we're just going to tab them together, like so. You can go ahead and mush down the hands right off the bat, and leave that for now. Bring that up, leave that for now. Bring this down and clip that. Well, it doesn't really clip, it just kind of, and leave that, and leave this bumper. Now, everyone's had issues with this, so we're leaving this alone for now. So we're going to bring this up and down and bring this out. Bring this out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Is bring down this panel, bring out that panel, rock this whole assembly, and this is just going to rest up against like that. You can see the red armature in the window right here, and this whole thing is just going to rest where that little tiny little angled piece is. It's going to match all that and rest there. We'll leave that alone for now. We're going to continue bringing the arms back a little bit, kind of sort of like a that-ish. No, we're going up-ish. I'm sorry. So we're going to go from where we had them to right there, so they're flat up against that panel there. And then kind of sort of pseudo flat for now there. Clip that. That peg, that port, that peg, that port, that peg, that port, right there, that peg, and that port. Try to do it as smoothly as you can. Oh, well, that was actually quite smooth. That doesn't happen often. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this, bring that up, bring that around, bring that up, kind of sort of leave it like this, straighten this all back out because everything rotates on you. Now, you've got that slot right there and right there that's going to take this peg and this peg. Angle and smush, clipping that in. We're still leaving this alone, people. This is just pretend that doesn't exist right now. We're going to bring this around. There's going to be that tab right there that's going to go into a slot right there. And once you angle all of this and play with your angles, yes, he's going to have a little bit of a pelvis hanging under the vehicle mode. And then we're going to go over here and we're going to do the same thing. Peg, peg, slot, peg it in, peg it in. Now this is where everyone's had issues. And I've learned this from MGO to figure this out myself. You're going to want to, these clear tabs, you want to lift a little bit while pushing this down, because you got to go over this clear tab right here on the swivel pieces and under up while you're pushing this down, and it just kind of sort of just takes a little bit of finagling as you're doing it. Get you out of my way. I'm trying to get it on camera, because you know. Lift up and push down. I've done this just a second. There we go. Pushing down, lifting up. There we go. It's in. Then we're just going to take that and clip it right into place. We take his guns and we're going to handle inward, clip onto his shin pieces here, or foot pieces, shin pieces, whatever the case may be. There, there, and there to make his exhaust pipes. Here is Ratchet in his really extremely white van mode. Yeah, Autobot logo front and center, silver bumper, red for the headlight, or siren lights, and blue windows. absolutely no paint whatsoever other than a couple of painted parts specifically because of clear plastic. My final thoughts on Studio Series 86 Ratchet. Do you need one? If you're collecting anything from the movies, you're going to need a Ratchet, you're going to need an Ironhide, you're going to need Bumblebee, you're going to need the cast. Overall, do you need this figure in your collection? He's great, fun to mess with. Clear plastic issues, yes. But with the clear plastic aside, fun factor, posability, I say if you find him for $25-30, get him. Do not pay the markup. Do not pay the huge prices. That is my opinion on him. Get yourself one because, well, he's fun to play with. This has been Thrumnal. Thank you for enjoying the review. Please like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And remember, stay happy, stay healthy, love each other, love your faces. Peace.